Today we're going to install NumberCruncher 2021, replacing last year's version, NumberCruncher 2020. We like to recommend that you manually uninstall the old version before you start new. And that's because we've found a couple of cases here and there where it just does a better job if you uninstall things first. So we're going to start by clicking on the Start menu. And I'm just going to go ahead and search for Add Remove Programs. I type in a couple of characters and there it comes. Add or remove programs from the system settings. I'm going to search this list and I'm going to type in num for NumberCruncher. Click on that and say uninstall. In this case, I'm logged in as a conventional user, so I'm going to need an administrative sign-off. With those credentials entered, everything moves forward. I'm going to go ahead and uninstall. And we're all set. And we notice that my NumberCruncher icon is no longer on the desktop. From here, I'm going to go ahead and download NumberCruncher. Now I'd like to do this from three different perspectives. One, the default browser, which in this case is Microsoft Edge, then from Firefox, and finally from Chrome. You may have received an email something like this. So we're going to start out with the default browser, which is going to be pulled up as soon as I click on the invitation to download. NumberCruncher is a pretty small download. It downloads right away, and you're going to notice that with Microsoft Edge, the download indicator is right up here on the top right. I'm going to go ahead and look at my downloaded file, click on my folder icon, and that's going to bring me to the downloaded file. I'm going to go ahead and close Microsoft Edge, minimize my email. Now in this case, since I'd like to demonstrate downloading from a different browser, I'm going to go ahead and delete this download. I'm headed back to my email. I'm going to copy this link. Since it's not my default browser, I have to do this. Now I'm going to launch Firefox. And as soon as it's ready to go, I'm going to paste it in, press enter. Now with Firefox, notice that you get a prompt to either open or save. I always like to save it first, because then I can specify where I want it saved. If you open it automatically, it saves it to a temporary folder, and that tends to bloat up your hard drive over time. And notice that Firefox also has an icon on the top right indicating the downloaded items. I'm going to go ahead and click on my folder icon, close Firefox, and we see the same result. Now, since I already have that URL in my clipboard, I'm going to go ahead and go straight to Chrome and paste it in for my third example. And notice that Chrome actually uses the tray on the bottom, and in this case there's only one download. NumberCruncher's right there. I'm going to show in folder. Close. Now I'm going to show you a little tip, but I'm going to preface that by telling you that this is a bare bones installation of Windows 10. I don't have any extra compression utilities installed, so the utilities that you see me use are part of just a default Windows installation. I'm going to right click on this file and extract it. And in my extracted folder, you'll see the installer. Now I always right click and run as administrator. But you're going to notice that Microsoft Defender thinks we're malware. I have two options here. Absolutely, I can go to more info and run anyway. I assure you, we're definitely not malware. However, I'm going to go ahead and delete my unzipped folder, and I'm going to right click on this archive that we downloaded. I'm going to go to Properties, and you're going to notice that Windows has blocked this archive, and it's because for some reason it thinks it's malware. I'm going to unblock it, press OK. Now I'm going to extract it, run as administrator, and notice that there's no prompt to indicate any malware concerns. It does, however, prompt me for an administrator's password because I'm logged in with a standard user profile. Now I'm going to step through the wizard. will be there in just a few clicks. Now notice I have the option of installing this for all users on the computer or just me. 99% of people should just use all users. There are scenarios, however, when one machine is shared by several people, especially in terminal services type situations. In that case, if you don't want all users to have access to NumberCruncher, then you should install for just me. And finally, the wizard's done, and I click Finish. Now we're going to run NumberCruncher for the first time. Double click on the icon. Notice the build number and the version. And notice the notes for the changes. I'd like to point out that if you want to know what the build number is in the future, you can go to the About dialog box. In this case, I'm running version 2021.01 build 15. Now I'm going to close NumberCruncher. Now I'd like to point out that once you've run NumberCruncher, you'll often see a Limburg folder here. You can disregard that folder. We don't really use it for anything anymore. And in subsequent releases, we will remove it. That concludes this video installing NumberCruncher. Thanks for watching.